What's up guys, GamesterDad here and thanks for dropping by the channel. Today we have another pickups and gifts video for you and boy do we have some absolute bangers for you today. So if you're ready, then I'm ready. Let's get into it. So then guys, let's kick this off with some Sega Mega Drive games, and first up for you today is Super Hang-On. Now Super Hang-On on the Sega Mega Drive holds a lot of nostalgia for me because I used to play this when I had my Mega Drive back in the day, and I used to love playing this, racing around the tracks, trying to beat my mates' times and stuff like that. We used to take it in turns because it's only a one-player game, but you know what, we had so much fun on this game, and to be able to pick this up for the price of £3 and it's fully complete. Just check this out, the cartridge, the manual and everything like that was a really good deal. I know that it doesn't have the hanging tab or anything like that, but the actual game itself, the box and everything is in really good condition. So I'm really happy that I managed to pick this up. And for only £3, if you had a Sega Mega Drive back in the day, then you'll know exactly what Super Hang-On was all about. And I think when I had it originally, it was on one of those compilation cartridges which had kind of columns and things like that on it as well. So to have a standalone game is a real good thing to have. So it's going to look great in my collection. So a brilliant start. Next up was another Mega Drive game. I used to play, I think, the original on my Commodore 64, but we have Space Harrier 2. Again, it's an arcade shooting game, this one. Again, it doesn't have the hanging tab, and the box is in fairly decent condition. It only cost me £4, guys, and it was, or it is complete as well with the manual and the cartridge. And you know, again, lots of nostalgia around this game. I used to love blowing up the aliens, going through it, see how far I could get. Again, it was a one-player game, so me and my friends used to take it in turns on this and just see how far we could get, see if we could beat each other and things like that. But absolutely cracking game. And again, Mega Drive enthusiasts out there, you'll probably know what this game is all about. So another cracking game to go in the collection. So, who ever played the Road Rash series? I have all three of them on my Mega Drive, and now I have Road Rash on the PlayStation 1. Now, I definitely used to have this back in the day. I don't know where it went, but I managed to get hold of this one. It only cost £2. It's not complete. It doesn't have the manual in it, but, you know, I don't care. It's a Road Rash game. And Road Rash, if anybody knows, the series is absolutely awesome. I used to play, again, Road Rash on the Mega Drive, 1, 2 and 3. It was so much fun, especially the two-player, playing with mates and stuff like that. But even in solo modes, playing by yourself was really good. Loads of hours of fun on Road Rash. And actually, when the PlayStation 1 edition was released, it brought along things like FMV cut sequences, and the sprites looked a lot more realistic, and the whole game was just a little bit more polished, and I absolutely loved it. Playing on the PlayStation 1, I sunk so many hours into this, so I'm well happy to have this, and for only £2, guys, it just needed to be picked up. I mean, £2 for a Road Rash game, if anyone knows, Road Rash series, absolutely essential for anyone who has a Mega Drive and possibly even a PlayStation 1. So when you think of arcade racers, what franchise do you think of first? Because I think of the Ridge Racer franchise. And the Ridge Racer franchise, again, holds a load of nostalgia to me. I remember opening my PlayStation 1 for the very first time. I had Ridge Racer on launch, and I popped that in, and I was blown away by Ridge Racer on the PlayStation 1. It really did feel like I was in the arcade. It was absolutely amazing. And from that day forward, I've absolutely loved Ridge Racer games. No matter how good or how crap they've been, I've basically enjoyed them all just because it's Ridge Racer. And I own a PlayStation Vita. I've been looking for this one for a little while, and I was on eBay the other day and there was this one, and it was starting bid of £2.99. I just put in a maximum bid of £5, but the auction actually ended on £4, so it cost me £4 with £2 postage, and it was absolutely awesome. I was well happy to get it. So if you look on completed listings for eBay, they go for between £10 and £20 usually. In CEX, I think it's about £15. So for £4 with £2 postage was an absolute bargain. And obviously with a Vita game, there's not really much inside. There's the cartridge, there's some like keys, like cards and stuff where the codes have already been used. But I've been playing the game, and it is a really good addition to the Ridge Racer franchise, especially on their little handheld system. So it's definitely going to look good in my collection. So yeah, well happy that I've got Ridge Racer on the PS Vita. So let's talk PlayStation 2, and specifically a parcel of PlayStation 2 games which I was sent by a friend of mine, George, and his wife Jane. So I just want to take this opportunity to say a massive thank you to both of you because there are some really good games in here. So guys, let's have a look and see just what they sent me. So first up we have Midway, Arcade Treasures, Volume Number 1, and this is awesome. There are some amazing retro games on here. I used to play a lot of these on my Commodore 64. We have games like Spy Hunter, Defender, Defender 2, Gauntlet, Joust 1 and 2. We have Paperboy, Rampage, Marble Madness. There's Robotron 2084, Smash TV, Bubbles, Road Blasters, Blaster Rampart, Sinistar, 720, Super Sprint, Tubing, Kallax, Splat, Satan's Hollow, Vindicators, and Root Beer Tapper. Now, guys, there are a lot of good games on here. There's a lot of games I recognise from back in the late 80s, which I used to play on my Commodore 64, and I can't wait to get this up and running. So what a start to these PlayStation 2 games. But it doesn't stop there, because we also have Midway, Arcade Treasures, Volume Number 2, and again, there are some awesome games on here. There's Mortal Kombat 2 and 3, both of which I have in my Mega Drive collection. There's also Gauntlet 2 and Spy Hunter 2. There's Xbox Narc, APB. There's Cyberball 2072, Timber, Total Carnage. There's Pit Fighter on here. There's Wizard of War. There's Xenophobe. There's Primal Rage, which is that beat 'em up with dinosaurs and monsters and stuff like that. There's Arch Rivals, there's Rampage World Tour, there's Championship Sprint, Hard Driving, and Wacko. Again, guys, there are some awesome games on here. And just to have these on the PlayStation 2, I mean, a lot of these ones I don't have or I don't have access to at the moment. So it is going to be a ball just playing those. Cannot wait at all. But we also have another games collection, Volume 1 and 2, and that is the first up, Capcom Classics Collection. And again, you know, guys, if you know Capcom, then you know the sort of games which I'm probably going to reel off here. We have 1942, we have 1943, we have Bionic Commando. Can you remember that? Commodore 64, his arm like shoots out, you can grab trees. Oh, it's amazing. Commando, Final Fight on here. Again, I have that on my Mega Drive. Forgotten Worlds, there's Ghosts and Goblins and Ghouls and Ghosts. Oh my god, those games are absolute classics. Gunsmoke, Legendary Wings, there's Mercs on here, Pirate Ship, Higemaru, Section Z, Sun. There's Street Fighter 2, we all know that was going to be on here, but not only that, there's Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, and there's Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, there's Super Ghouls and Ghosts, there's Trojan and there's Vulgus. I mean, all of those games, there are some absolute bangers on there. My god, what a collection of games. And Volume 2, just as good, guys. We've got 1941, there's Avengers, Black Tiger, Block, Captain Commando, Eco Fighters, Knights of the Round, The King of Dragons, Last Duel, Mega Twins, Magic Sword, Quiz and Dragons, Sidearms, The Speed Rumbler, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, there's Strider on here, Three Wonders, Tiger Road, and Varth. I mean, Jesus, guys. It says old school is in session, the greatest games from a golden age, and they really, really are. That is absolutely crazy. So moving on, we also have Street Fighter 2 Hyper, the Anniversary Edition. Now, if anybody knows me, they know that I absolutely love Street Fighter games. I recently did a bucket list video where we scratched off Street Fighter 2 off the list, so I played that with the kids. On the Mega Drive, we played Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, and then we also played Street Fighter 5 on the PlayStation 4. Had loads of fun. Absolutely love fighting games, especially Street Fighter. And I also have a collection of Street Fighter 2 pop vinyl figures as well. So I think I've showcased those in a previous video. So yeah, absolutely amazing. These games just keep getting better and better. We also have Capcom Fighting Jam, which is like a collaboration between different franchises in the same way as Marvel vs. Capcom is. So we have things like characters from Street Fighter 2 on here, Darkstalkers, Street Fighter Alpha, and basically it looks really good. I've never played this, but Jesus, I can't wait to get this on and give it a go. It's going to be absolutely awesome. And then next up, I remember when the first one of these came out on the PlayStation 2, everyone was raving about it. It was really, really good. But when number 2 came out, oh my God, it took it to a whole new level. And that was Time Splitters 2. 10 out of 10, PlayStation 2 official magazine. This game was absolutely awesome. The critically acclaimed Time Splitters is back. This time it is bigger, it is better, it is faster, it is more furious than anything you've played before. And damn right, guys, it really was. This game took a lot of hours of my life away, and it was just unbelievable. 1 or 2 players playing with your mates. It was crazy. Really, really good. So then next up we have Kingdom Hearts, which again is a massive franchise. It has a huge following, and yeah, I mean, I remember going to a games conference a couple of years ago when the new Kingdom Hearts was going to be released on the PlayStation 4 and on the next-gen consoles, and the queue to play that was unbelievable. This is the original Kingdom Hearts on the PlayStation 2. It has that awesome sort of glittery kind of shiny cover on it, and yeah, I mean, I've never actually played this one before, and I'm really looking forward to giving this one a go because I've heard so many good things. So yeah, it's going to be awesome. And lastly, for the PlayStation 2, another game which is a limited edition 2-disc set, which again I've never played before, and that is The Godfather. And this thing is awesome. It comes in a slipcase here. It's a steel tin edition, so it's a 2-disc collector's edition there. I know I haven't shown you the other games opened up, but with this one being a limited edition one, I thought I would. But it's awesome. You've got the iconic pose of Marlon Brando there with the rose and stuff like that. And as I said, by all accounts, it is an amazing game, so I cannot wait to fire that up and ultimately be welcomed into the family. So lastly, we have a PSP game. It's like a dual pack, this one, which George and Jane sent me. I wasn't expecting this at all, but it is a UMD video of Stealth, which was a pretty average film from the director of Triple X and the Fast and Furious back in the day. Stars Jamie Foxx, Jessica Biel and Josh Lucas. But what I'm really interested in is the game that comes with it, and that is Wipeout Pure. Now, I am an absolutely massive Wipeout fan. I have Wipeout on the PlayStation 1, all 3 of them. I have Wipeout Fusion on the PS2, I have them on the PS3, I have them on the Vita, I have them on the PlayStation 4. So to have this as well on the PSP is absolutely awesome, and I cannot wait to fire that up and have a go and see how that is, because obviously, as you guys all know if you've watched my other videos, I did get donated a PSP from a friend of mine which I work with, so to have this is absolutely awesome. So lastly, that brings me onto a little device which I got hold of, which is going to enable me to play all these retro games on stream for you guys live on the channel. So the device I'm talking about is this here. It's a mini AV to HDMI connector, and basically what this does is it allows you to put your retro consoles, plug them into here through the AV ports, and then have an output of a HDMI into your HD TV, for instance. However, what I want to do with this, or what I'm going to do with this, is basically I will be using this alongside a capture card to allow me to stream my retro consoles within Streamlabs. And the way that works is that basically I've got one of these cables here, which is a stackable AV or RCA cable. So what you do is you literally just plug these in on here like this. And then what that allows you to do is then plug the end of this cable into a CRT TV, and then I plug the retro consoles into these here. I then plug a HDMI cable from this output into the input of the capture card, and then the capture card runs through to the PC which then allows me to have a signal for my retro consoles and ultimately be able to stream them. But the great thing about this setup is that it will also allow me to do light gun games on the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, because it allows me to connect up to a CRT TV, so I can just play them as normal and it's going to capture those perfectly. So this setup is an awesome setup to have if you're looking to stream retro consoles through Streamlabs, for instance. So yeah, it only cost me £6 on eBay. Had it delivered a couple of days ago, so I've tested it out. It all works perfectly fine, so I can't wait to get that up and running and get some retro live streams for you from my PlayStation 1, Mega Drive, SNES, N64, Sega, Dreamcast, and yeah, you know, the Wii as well, actually. So it should be really, really good. I'm super excited about that. So yeah, so that's awesome as well. So then guys, that's everything I have for you today, I'm afraid. I hope you have enjoyed the video and enjoyed seeing all those games I've picked up, including those PS2 games I got from George and Jane. So again, once again, thank you very much for those, George and Jane. That was absolutely fantastic of you to send those to me. In fact, I'm going to get myself off now and I'm going to boot some of these up and have a bash, because I can't wait to get on some of these. So if you haven't liked and subscribed, then please do so now. And until next time guys, peace out and thanks for watching.